What's up, everybody? It's Balance Point 71. There's old Maggie. 2004 Yamaha FC1. 90,000 miles. Salt the wound. Holla. I said I would be doing wheelie tutorials on my website, so let's do one.
I got a friend who burns like a fire.
This is going to be a bench wheelie tutorial. Let's talk about wheelies. Especially for old men, because I'm one of those. I'm 55. Been doing them all my life. Been out of the game for a while. Oh, look at that bird. See it? That's cool. Yo, bird, what's up? Don't shit on my bike. I got this bike a year ago. Damn near a year ago. I was sick and I bought it for a project. Paid $750 for it. Took it on a 3,000 mile trip with a battery and an oil change, and when I got it home, I decided to learn how to wheelie this thing. And I've taken it pretty far in the last year. I do high speed highway wheelies, second gear clutch ups, pull them up about 40 to 50 mile an hour, and I carry it as well, quarter of a mile up to, I don't know, a long way. It happens pretty fast. But I've always been a show off. Something I've always enjoyed doing. I don't do the wheelies to be a show off. This showing off part just kind of comes with it. But let's talk about how I do these wheelies. First of all, if you want to learn how to do wheelies, you better be committed to it, because it is not the safest thing. But it is absolutely addictive and fun beyond belief. Anybody that learns how to do them will tell you the same thing. Once you start, you just can't stop doing it. I probably shouldn't be doing it, but I can't stop doing it. I would tell you, if you've never done wheelies on a high-performance street bike, well, I don't think it'd be any harder for you to learn than anybody that's ever done one on any kind of bike, but you better be committed to it if you're going to learn how to do it. Maggie is a FC1000, 125 horsepower. With gearing changes, it'll do 170 plus. Now, the main thing is any bike that'll go 170 mile an hour will do a wheelie. But the most important thing is it will land a wheelie. And it's never the wheelie that gets you, it's the landing. I would say for just about any bike, it doesn't matter if it's a Ninja 350 or R3 or a CBR 600 or R6. It doesn't matter. Any motorcycle will wheelie. Any scooter will wheelie. Any wheelchair will wheelie. It's just what will do it the safest. And personally, for me, I think the leader bike is the way to go. I'm an old man, and this is about old man wheelies. The main thing with the bigger, more powerful bikes is you have, I think, the overabundance of power. There's a bird again. Allows you to control the power better, because it's all about once you get the machine up, it's all about throttle control. The main thing is it's a bike of substance, and the landing is the key. This particular bike, as you can see, has upright handlebars. It's basically a standard, what they used to call a standard. And it's kind of like a CBR 600, or a CR 125. They'll go 160 miles an hour. And when you're performing that type of maneuver on a motorcycle, you want something that'll land stable. I mean, I think you could jump this bike at 100 miles an hour and probably land all right. I can't wait. But the main thing is if you're going to learn how to do this, you need to be committed. You need to start out slow. You need to think about your family. You need to think about your own safety. You need to think about not fucking up your bike. And then learn how to do it. And don't be a little bitch about it, because you can't be a little bitch if you're going to do this. I think that anybody that does wheelies will tell you the only way to learn is you have to commit. But you have to be smart about it. Everybody is so worried about looping, backflipping. If you're even close to doing that, then you're a squid and you're not doing it right, and you never should have tried it, because you can never even get yourself close to that. I'm going to tell you how I did it on this bike, because when I bought this leader bike, you had to learn how to do this. I've wheelied everything I've ever owned, but this thing, you had to figure it out, because it's got too much power. And I would say this is probably pretty fair for just about any bike above 600 cc's and above. Roll on second gear, 30 miles an hour to 45 miles an hour. Move the throttle down just momentarily to drop the front end, then immediately clutch and roll throttle, not at the same time. I would say at the same time, but that's not how it works, because every bike is different. My philosophy is that if you're rolling the throttle as you clutch, you're coming up on power as the machine comes up into the air. That's better than catapulting the front end up into the air and then trying to figure out where balance point is and then modulate the throttle. It is a rubbing your head and patting your stomach thing completely. And the only way you can learn how to do it is to get out on the road and figure it out. There are lots of good wheelie tutorials online. Salt the Wound. I will put a link to his home YouTube channel on here. He's one of the best, and super entertaining and funny and informative. Salt the Wound. Shout out to Salt the Wound. Yo, representing. Downshift 83 is another good tutorial. These guys know their stuff. They're young whippersnappers and they don't do old man wheelies, and I do. And I'd like for more old men to do them because it'll keep you young. The main things are start slow, take your time, don't push it, and don't be a little bitch. One thing I've noticed about learning this bike, and it's the same for all bikes, it's just a lot easier to do it on other bikes. Like an old XR 500, you can wheelie all day long. It doesn't make 125 horsepower either. But I think they'll all tell you that you go out and you have a good day, and then the next time you go out, you feel like a total failure. That's normal. It seems like the less you think about it, the easier it is. But I'll give my technique one more time. Well, that's how the technique I gave you earlier was how I would start out. At this point, I'm rolling on the throttle about 45, 50 mile an hour, all the way up to 55 mile an hour when I yank it up. And by the time I'm chasing it out, I'm going 110 mile an hour sometimes. That's how it's evolved for me. When I've got it balanced up nice, I'm probably scooting down the road 80 mile an hour. That's pretty fast. There's a lot happening at that speed, especially on one wheel. God, it's a thrill though. But I found for me it's easier if I start them up at a higher speed and a higher RPM, because the front end doesn't come up as violent. It tends to limit the chances for a looping accident. But more than anything, you just got to go out and figure it out for yourself. I referred back to the tutorial videos that I watched numerous times, but it's really about just going out there and doing the work. And it's hard work. It is hard work. It's dangerous. It's risky. Finding a good wheelie spot where there aren't no cops is just about fucking impossible. But it's worth it. You get the front end up one time and you're going to want to keep doing it. And it will greatly enhance your enjoyment for your riding. And it'll do wonders for your ego. And chicks dig it. Not a dry seat in the house. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye.